I just wanted to get on here so I'd be on by 5. Looks like I actually got some time anyway. Nice to see you guys. All right, we got set up. We got a nice, cold, chilly day here. Moving back into cold season here in my town, and that means bundle up. Somehow I made it through last season almost every week. Some of those days were insane, like super cold. But there's still people around. There's people that'll stop. What's up, Erwin, Jake, Daniel? I saw Chip was teaching like a little class today or something like that on street activism. Did anybody see that? Whew. Okay, guys. All right, how's it look? How's the audio? Is the audio okay? What's going on, buddy? You... Oh yeah, I bet it's. Is it hot, Erwin? I bet it's hot. I don't know where you're at, Erwin. I'm assuming. Well, I don't want to assume because it'll probably be wrong. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. How are you? Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? 3 quick questions. All right, have a good day, guys. All right, got to get warmed up. Now, it might not be in full night mode today. There's some. These people are quite cordial. At night mode, it's like you got to proportion the energy because it's like you got all these drunk people walking by, all this craziness. Today will be, I think, more cordial, friendly, soft, inviting outreach. Hi, guys. And hopefully we get a ton of conversations. Oh, Belgium, cool. That's awesome. One of my favorite actors from the 1990s is from Belgium. Hi, guys. How's it going, everybody? Anybody want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? 3 quick questions. YouTube Live. Hi, guys. How's it going, sir? How are you? All right. Oh, cool. All right. Welcome, everybody that's getting here. We're just out here talking to people on the street. Hi, guys. How's it going? You guys want to try this? 3 quick questions. All right. Have a good night. All right. Hi there. Hi, guys. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's no shortage of people out here tonight. You're from Turkey? Okay, that's cool. Shout out to... No, that's not going to happen. Why would I do that? Please leave. I try not to glorify any politicians here. Politics is just another gamut. Just like commerce, religion, science. How about this guy? What's going on, buddy? You want to try this? 3 quick questions. Test out your values a little bit. Oh, I got you. I got you. Hey, you got a good out. You got a good out. All right, have a good one. He's like, I have no voice. Guy can't talk. All right. I can see right off the cuff the algo's being tempered again tonight. It's weird. I have like this thing on me. I don't know what the deal is, but it happened last year where, hi guys, how's it going, everybody? Where for about a 3-month stretch, the algo tempered my exposure. And, you know, it was all good. We just get, hi there, how's it going? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? It's just 3 quick questions, super easy. It's up to you, it's up to you.
I'd like to hear them.
Yeah, okay, so I usually ask people if they, like I'm obviously an animal rights activist, right? I ask people if they think animals deserve rights. And I usually get an answer that makes sense. I mean, you'd probably agree with that, right? Okay. Like usually the second question is, what rights? Like, what rights do you think they deserve? Do you think bodily autonomy is one of them? Like the right to their own body? What do you think? Right? Just like if you had a baby, you'd want them to have bodily autonomy. If you had a dog, you want them to have bodily autonomy. So I appreciate your curiosity. The next one is like animal abuse. Are you for it or against it? Against it. So right there, we already know you're vegan at heart. You have a vegan. Oh, you are vegan too? Oh, let's go. Okay, amazing. Check out my channel. Give it a like and subscribe. It's Vegan Sign Guy. Just try to remember that, and you'll see me pop up. So thank you for being a guardian. All right, have a great day. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Put you on the spot. YouTube Live. All right, guys. Have a good night. There you go. All right. That was cool. She was already vegan. She just wanted to hear the questions. And this is a very intuitive line of questioning that just leads you to an inevitable answer. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Oh man, no hesitation. Okay, cool. Are you on YouTube Live? Are you cool with that? Yeah. Okay, I just asked a few questions, right? Obviously, I'm an animal rights activist. I mean, I don't leave much to the imagination. Do you think animals deserve rights?
Equivalent to humans?
Not like driving cars or like operating machinery, but we'll say like a simple right of bodily autonomy.
Well, we should make sure that we understand that driving and operating machinery are privileges and not rights.
Yeah, okay.
So rights
Aside from the legal jargon and all like the kind of vernacular, like on a general basis, I see. Well, let's talk just kind of ethos based. On a general basis, do you think, outside of the law, outside of legality, do you think that like animals that have a sentient factor, brains and nervous systems, I don't know if you have a dog, but do you think they deserve bodily autonomy, like bare minimum?
Animals do not deserve rights because that is something that humans have established
By a dogma.
for each other. So
Yes.
I would say that my answer is no.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And that comes from dogma. You know what dogma is, right? Like
Religious
living with the
views?
result of other people's thinking. Like humans came up with language in general, right? So they architected the word rights as well. So like the primary to that is kind of a little less discriminating than your response. It's a little more I don't know how to put it. Just straight to the point. Like if I mention a sentient being like you or me or say another animal, and we can agree upon the fact that they have sentience, which is an emerging property of a nervous system and a brain, and we can agree that plants don't have that. We could come to like a.
Why don't plants have that?
Well, do they have a central nervous system and a brain?
Well, so mushrooms, for example, are not a plant, but you have mushrooms that have a higher level of intelligence than the lowest level animals in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, some of them do. I know. I've seen these videos too.
So
Some of these can actually
Isn't it
respond.
better to eat an insect than it is a mushroom, because a mushroom has a pretty high level of intelligence.
Yeah, sure. Believe it or not, you're actually making a vegan argument for me. So, are you familiar with energy conversion ratios, like say, like input versus output in
Yes.
agriculture?
Right. So like, if I have a cow, I have to
Yeah.
put in like so many units.
Yep.
But if I have a plant,
Nailed it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's a
I
general
gotcha.
basis, right? Like the cows 8-to-1, and like chickens or something. I don't even know what they are.
Right. Chickens
pigs
are
or something.
Chickens are the best, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like efficient, I guess.
Yes. Well, for the land creatures.
Gotcha.
Unless we're
gotcha.
talking about
And
eating
and
insects.
land creatures is another vegan argument that you'd be making for me too, but I can cross that bridge later.
Okay.
So if it's 8-to-1, we can use common sense here, right? We can say we're killing 8 times more plants, we're killing 8 times more rodents, bugs, beetles, you name it, if we're consuming a non-vegan diet. A vegan diet optimizes land usage on that 8-to-1 basis. So if you're arguing for plants, you're arguing for the vegan argument. If you're arguing for crop deaths, you're also arguing for the vegan argument. But basically, let me rein it back.
Swayed.
Let me rein it back. Like,
I'm not
do you have any pets?
I do not have any pets.
Okay. But you'd agree that, like, if I was kicking a dog or some shit, like, you'd probably intervene and be a protector, right?
The reason that you can't kick animals
Yeah.
is because of civility, and civility is
Back to the legal jargon.
well, the legal terms are the most important because they are the bounds of society. So since
Who came up with them?
with laws, humanity did.
The
So-
collective, like, society, 99% kind of leveraged consensus, correct?
something like that.
Something
yeah.
along those lines.
Right. So my question is, if animals deserve rights, why didn't they go and seize them for themselves.
Yeah, well, that
Like
brings
dolphins, for example.
that brings a great point. So we have a binary outlay from that position that you just lamented.
Okay.
You have two options, right? There's your position, here's your outlay. One's going to go that way, one's going to go that way. So they can't talk. What's the choice? Do we protect them or do we exploit them? It's binary, it's not nuanced. Do I want to protect based on the fact they can't communicate like to
But
us?
dolphins
They don't
can
have.
communicate.
Okay, but outside of dolphins, we'll say pigs, chickens, and cows.
Octopus are extremely intelligent.
Yes,
Mushrooms
yes.
are intelligent. You have so many different and various intelligences that exist on the planet, but we as humans have decided to create certain things for ourselves based on our opposable thumbs,
Yeah.
based upon our ability
Power.
to speak.
Yeah.
Well, in some ways we have power, but if you were to put me in the middle of the
Look at
Serengeti,
factory farms. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's an outlier kind of anecdote.
it's
I mean, that's not, you have Chipotle right there. You're not in Serengeti.
but let's say that it's an outlier for the past few thousand years, possibly.
Yeah.
For millions of years of human existence, we had to rely on our wits in order to escape the dangers that other animals posed. For example, in the Serengeti, or even today, if you were to go swimming in warm water, please be careful of the crocodiles, alligators, and sharks.
Exactly, yeah.
So
I can't imagine
in
how that would
those
be.
instances, animals don't seem to really care about giving
Yeah.
us bodily autonomy or
They don't care.
rights.
They don't care at all. They don't have moral agency like we do. Like me and you, like the Spider-Man.
Isn't
quote.
that important? Isn't moral agency
Ve-
important?
Isn't it? Would you agree it is?
I would agree that it's important, and so then I would agree that if people want to be vegan,
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for that because
Yeah.
a very good friend of mine is vegan,
Oh,
and one
cool.
of my favorite things to do is pester him mercilessly about his arguments.
Mhm.
So I kind of come into this with a little bit of ammunition. But,
Okay, gotcha. Hence the no hesitation. Oh yeah, I'll talk to
Yeah.
you. Most people not so much.
So the way I see it is that it's great to support animal rights, and it's
Yeah.
great to condone like vegan eating because there are a lot of health benefits to being a vegetarian
Totally
or to
bonus.
being vegan, right?
Yeah, huge bonus. That's
But
another
what we
thing.
must do is respect diversity
Yep.
amongst all peoples, including those people who identify as omnivores and carnivores.
Yeah.
And if we try to be oppressive against their belief systems,
We don't want that. Yeah.
well, we don't want that. So
Yeah.
that's where my issues with veganism arise, is that when it gets to a militant level,
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that-
yeah. When it gets to the point to where you're not seeing eye to eye with your human brother and sister and not realizing that you and me are one, that's stupid. And there's a lot of vegan activists, there's some vegan activists that are out there that do not follow that rule and should not be doing vegan activism. So I 100% agree with you on that basis. I would challenge you to look maybe outside of like a certain purview and look at the advertising we have through all kinds of facets from mainstream media, right? There's a lot of anti-animal rights activists out there selling you McDonald's, selling you this, selling you that, and they're telling you need meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. They don't want you being vegan. They'll make fun of vegans.
There are a lot of people that currently believe that a carnivore diet is very good for you.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that believe that eating red meats or eating a lot of cheeses that are natural or raw milks or eggs are very good for you.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
we shouldn't shun those people. We should look into those diets. We should look into vegan diets. We should
Yeah.
look into vegetarian diets. We should look into the omnivore diets.
100%.
I think when you look at it, though, from a scientific basis, humans are omnivores. And
Okay.
for us to try to convert ourselves into herbivores, you're asking
So,
for trouble.
But I'm going to go back to the primary thing, the whole science thing.
Okay.
Based on what? Who? They said we're omnivores. That's based on science, right? What's science based on?
So science is currently,
Is there a funding primary to all science?
well, I would say that your current definition of science has to do with the scientific method of, you know, you have a hypothesis and then you try to prove it's correct through study.
Yeah.
And so I would say that most scientists would ubiquitously agree that based on our molar structure, we are designed for breaking bones with our teeth and eating the marrow within.
So you could go into nature with this right here, no tools, and you could harvest an animal on your own, no cheating. Just harvest it with these teeth, but you have to use your hands.
I'm probably the
Yeah.
wrong person to ask for that because I'm quite good at being able to.
Oh Christ, who am I talking to here?
So
Yeah.
we own a chicken brand.
Oh my, okay. The plot thickens. And this is why eye to eye, heart to hearts,
Yeah.
very cordial conversations are beautiful in this day and age when we can do this. So I didn't know that about you,
Yeah.
and that's what you do. That's just some context I wasn't privy to.
So I'll tell you this. My personal moral code,
Yeah,
and I've talked about this at length with my wife, is that
yeah.
you find that a lot of people enjoy hunting. And I have a lot of friends that hunt, and I don't hold that against them. But personally, I do not hunt animals for sport. I believe that my moral code is that you should only do harm to an animal in order to consume it. And you should not end its life.
Some of these are a lot of the hunters do that though. Like they'll hunt to
Exactly.
consume it.
So because of that,
Yeah.
I choose
Oh.
not to hunt.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I were to take an animal's life, I only do so by the grace of God and make sure that I consume the animal for my own sustenance. Not
Yeah.
for gluttony, but only to sustain myself.
Yeah. Till you
And
tap
I
out.
also am a firm believer in making sure that the animal does not suffer before the end of its life.
Why is that though?
Because
Let's get granular. Why is that? It's something in your heart that tells you something's off.
it's not necessarily that something is off, but why cause undue suffering to any living
so we
being?
can concede it is suffering.
Right, and so you
right.
should minimize it. So
Yeah.
just
yeah. But let me go back to what you said about choice, and I don't want to take you for too long. You guys are on a date, or you're walking around. Thanks for the interception. But the choice is a really important thing, and I think freedom is something that is something especially we as vegans have to be very careful with, because some militant vegans, like you said, will come off like, I want to take away your choice. That's the energy they're vibing with, and it's bullshit. It has no place in the vegan movement. I agree with you 100%. I made a little short movie on choice not too long ago. If you remember my channel name, it's Vegan Sign Guy. You can look me up on YouTube. And it's a little video called The Choice Factor. And it has to do with what exactly you just framed out. And then a kind of a third choice factor presents itself. Like you have the choice to eat meat, you have the choice to not eat meat, and then there's the animal outlook, and that's the third choice factor, right? So the animal outlook is never gonna be okay with somebody unaliving it. We can at least give them the benefit of the doubt there, being that they have eyes to see, a nose to smell, brains to think, hearts, all that stuff. So it leaves us with this kind of looming inflection point. Like if we can realize that we don't need anything nutritional from an animal, which we need nothing. No vitamins, no minerals, no B12, no, this is a whole new scam that you might not have heard of yet. Protein, you get it all from plants. If we can get everything from a vegan diet, then why are we doing this to them? That's the kind of crux that these experiments are meant to draw out.
I guess if someone could prove to me
Yeah.
that I could get everything I needed from a vegan diet, then there's a potential.
I'm 13 years vegan. I don't take vitamins or supplements, none of that bullshit, that man-made shit. I eat
Right.
a lot of raw vegan.
However, I am a believer in God, and I think God designed us in a certain way, and I like to follow that way.
Yeah.
And so, designing me as an omnivore, I like to eat both meat and plants. Now, when it comes to choice,
Yeah.
my problem with choice is arbitrary choice, because we are going to save the lives of animals, but we're going to sacrifice the lives of plants and also mushrooms as well.
Yeah.
And so
It's not perfect. Veganism is not perfection.
the problem is we don't like to get into slippery slope arguments. That's not good
Yeah.
philosophical argument, but
But we don't like appeals to nirvana either. Like, are you familiar with appeal to nirvana? Like basically, if you're not perfect, you might as well go coal the village, type of thing.
well, if I look at what has more value to me in the global ecosystem, it's
Yeah.
plants over animals.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
without plants and photosynthesis,
Yeah.
we would not exist.
100%.
So if I had to
100%.
choose,
Yeah.
if I had to choose between an extreme, I would
Yeah.
honestly choose a pure carnivore diet over a vegan diet, because I'd rather support the rights of plants than the rights of animals.
But the animals, so there's a feed aspect, right? For the meat, like the meat has to eat a lot of crops. So you are sacrificing a lot more plants if
That's
you're
a good
not.
argument. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
see
that's the 8-to-1 argument. That's the 8 units in, 1 unit out argument. So all like the soy, the wheat, all the corn, these is 80 to 90% of these things are fed to animals anyway. So it's kind of It's like a under the hood thing that's not really realized, but it is how the underlying mechanics work. I mean, all this land is dedicated for the feed, and it's
You look
50%
at
of
the Delmarva Peninsula, for example, which
yeah.
is right across the bay from us, and all of the farmland there is dedicated to grain to support the poultry industry, which we are a
Oh
part
yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah, sure. Like that's an anecdote, right? Yeah,
So
totally.
maybe what we could do is talk more about getting some variety in farming the way it used to be.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
we can talk about better conditions for animals within the farms themselves.
yeah, yeah,
And these are the kind of compromises that we can form between someone who's an omnivore and someone who's a vegan.
yeah.
And perhaps instead of having these arguments that you're advocating for something that is considered to be a little bit of an outlier for now.
Right now, yeah,
For now.
yeah,
Whereas I'm more on the mainstream, perhaps it would be better to argue more for animal rights in terms of less suffering for the
Mhm.
animals. For example, what we do is we do not stun our animals in the process.
Mhm.
We make sure that there's no electrical or gas stunning involved, and we make sure that the animals are treated as humanely as possible until the very last moment.
Mhm.
A lot of people can't say that about their slaughter processes.
Yeah, a lot of them don't care that. Don't. A lot of them is just completely a number. Completely a number. So
Exactly.
you kind of see them as a little bit more than a number. I feel like. And-
It's a huge part of what we do is it's a aspect driven by a belief in God that
Yeah.
we have been blessed with this fauna. And to be able to eat this fauna,
Yeah.
we must respect it because we have to respect our creator.
Oh,
And
100%.
so I feel like that's how I bring my approach to animals. But in terms of trying to give them rights, absolutely not. Rights are something that are a human construct.
As far as the definition by man, right? We can look outside of the definition by man. There's a lot of agenda. There's a lot of money underneath these consensus collective agreements, and we can't really say that law is ethical or there's anything ethos that's underneath law. We can
Look
say
at a modern
consensus.
definition of what
Like
people
legality doesn't equal morality. You'd agree with that, right?
So when you look at the law
Yeah.
today, people have a bad connotation, but we have
Yeah.
to remember that laws underlie the very foundation of civilization, and without law, whether it would be religious law or laws of man,
Yeah.
we would have no morality, we would have no civilization, and we would have no functionality.
I think you're right, but I think this would work a lot better under a partnership society. Right now, we're living within the four walls of capitalism, where there's nothing ethical about the laws. I'm sorry, like to a degree, relative to how things were before capitalism. Right now, it's all about the plutocratic elite, the guys who own all the money, all the wealth is owned by 1% of the 1%, and that 1% of the 1% owns more than everybody else combined, and that's your bellwether to the legitimacy of the ethos of law.
You know,
It's
there's a lot of merit to that argument, and
Yeah.
I think that we need to make sure that a lot of people are taken care of in this society. But
Right.
these, again, I think what
that's
you're
how capitalism
saying,
virtue signals. That's how it virtue signals.
you
But-
know, okay,
so I get
let
it.
me give you some of the
Yeah.
arguments for capitalism that
Mhm.
maybe I don't
We
necessarily
could be here all night. I don't want to hold you up.
that I may not necessarily
Yeah.
support, but
Yeah.
one of the things that you do in law school, for example, I'm wearing a law school shirt.
Yeah, no.
I
And
should
I'm
at
not-
least get
and
a
I-
little bit of value.
That-
for
yeah,
my
yeah,
law
yeah.
school
No,
education.
and I
So
love
the
how articulate you are.
Socratic- the Socratic method.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so
Socratic
even if I
method.
may not believe in it, I will use some counter arguments to kind of poke and prod at what you're saying to me. So
Yeah.
on one hand, capitalism's bad, capitalism is evil. Okay. On the other hand, let's look at world hunger.
I don't want to
This-
say evil, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
World hunger has been solved on this planet by capitalism.
Yeah.
Child mortality has been solved by capitalism.
Mhm.
There are so many things, our per capita incomes, the things we have. Look around at all these people.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
well-dressed,
deny the
great
conveniences.
jobs, whether they're on
Absolutely.
the left or
I
they're
don't
on the
deny the
right.
conveniences.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not the conveniences, it's
Or
the
that- the
quality of life.
option.
How
Sure.
many brothers and sisters did you
I
have?
have one.
You have one.
Yeah.
The reason you only had one is because your parents didn't need to have 8 so that 2 could survive.
Yeah.
We live
Yeah.
in a world where there's no childhood mortality, where capitalism has resulted in the invention of antibiotics. It has resulted in the invention of modern medicine. All
Yeah.
of these
Which is
things,
another conversation. But yeah.
modern
yeah.
medicine may have taken a turn for the worse in America now, but let's not forget,
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
for example, we're here, we just ate oysters.
Okay.
We're talking about poultry.
Yeah.
These are two
Yeah.
things that humans couldn't consume at a large level
Yeah.
up until the invention
Sanitation.
of sanitation and the invention of antibiotics,
Yeah,
antiseptics.
yeah.
So these are conversations that you and I are allowed to have because of the modern marvels
Yeah.
that we are privy to because of capitalism.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, and there's a great book out there called The World Peace Diet. It's by a guy named Dr. Will Tuttle. You got to read it. If you can remember one book that I've or any idea that I brought up, remember this book, The World Peace Diet. And he goes back, The World Peace Diet. He goes back 10,000 years, and he goes to the very genesis of capitalism when there was something called herderism, is what we called it. And this was primary to capitalism. And this was the primer that kind of shored up this whole exploitative hierarchy-based model, which is capitalism. Herderism had to do with animals, right? So before there was like money, currency, and all kinds of, just general ways to trade and stuff like that, they were trading animals. And animals became what this country is now shored up on. And it still is shored up on, is seeing like someone sovereign and sentient as an object. And unfortunately, that's what we're paying homage to when we pay homage to capitalism at a very grassroots, deep, recessed level.
I would say that herderism
Yeah.
still left you as a hunter-gatherer nomadic society. It wasn't
Back then,
until the cultivation of agriculture which made us stationary.
Yeah.
So really, it's more leaning towards being a vegan that resulted in capitalism rather than if we had
Well, there's
stayed.
no animal exploitation involved in like veganism.
But the stationary nature of humans exists
Yeah.
because of agriculture.
Okay, that's a
You
spec.
see
That's
what
a
I'm
that's a
saying?
that's a posturing. Yeah, I got
don't
you.
think so. I'm pretty
Let-
sure
let me-
ubiquitously historians would agree that we started being stationary as a civilization when we had to stay and tend to our crops.
I think we're getting off track. So let me
I
go.
love
Let me get back to it. Like, and I'll leave you with this because I want to talk to a few more people. I only got a few. I don't got too much time out here. I'm kind of on a time horizon. But I guess I leave you with this. Like we have, there's all this history. There's the trajectory of man. We got here by being omnivores. We can look at that as part of the tapestry of our evolution, right? And now we're at an inflection point in 2025 where we can now evolve past that. Like evolution is a key word there. Our consciousness can evolve because physical violence wouldn't be possible if we were conscious. We're not conscious to the degree of which we could be, and we're seeing animals as objects. We're stealing their sovereignty in return. We're boomeranging a lot of karmic return back to us that it's blinding us from seeing like the love that's really all
I
around
will
us.
just end with this then. The lack of consciousness comes from
Yeah.
people's disconnect with God.
Yeah.
Get back to God and you'll find
Yeah.
your consciousness.
I could
Thank
get
you
in. I
very
could get
much.
into the God thing, but check out a movie called Christspiracy.
I will definitely not do that.
I bet it takes a little courage. It's going to take a little
No,
courage.
I would say that the reason we've lost our consciousness,
Yeah.
and the reason we've lost our humanity as a country is our displacement from religion. If
Yeah.
people would get back to that, then we would find answers to all these questions, and we would stop using things like veganism as a replacement for religion.
Well, actually, veganism supports religion. It's underneath it. It's the golden rule, right? What's your name?
Robert.
Robert, I'm Jimmy. It's a pleasure talking to you
Nice to
guys.
meet
On your way, bon voyage. Yeah, thanks for giving me some content. You guys are awesome. Enjoy your night. All right, everybody. So we're here talking to people on the street. Yeah, Christspiracy. Hey, Dominion, how you doing? Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get some more. We kind of had to. That gentleman was very nice. His name was Robert, but we were kind of at a palpable impasse there. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet?
No thanks.
All right, guys. When you hit that palpable impasse as an activist, it's time to start moving things along. Andy really liked to talk. What's going on, everybody? Hi, guys. How are you? Yeah, he just couldn't get it, And one of the things was that he had a chicken farm. What's going on, buddy? You want to try this YouTube Live? All right. There's a saying out there. It's impossible to convince a man of something if his income depends on him not understanding it, or not. It's impossible to make a man understand something if his income depends on him not understanding it. So that's the quote. I can't remember who it's from, but I was very much vibing that kind of thing with that guy, But the crux is, you keep things friendly. Yeah, it could have been, blah, 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 and just gone off the rockers. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions? Oh, it's not nice. Small move. No, you don't. It's a bully move.
naturally.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need anything
I
from
do.
an omnivore diet. Zero. I'm vegan 13 years. You don't need nothing, man. You got lied to.
I like muscle build.
You got, but I can be big too if I wanted to. There's a lot of vegan bodybuilders out there. We got to grow up, guys. Have a good night. We got to grow up and we got to go vegan. Yeah, so you're gonna. This isn't like that. I just proportioned that right back to those two guys. So one of the things I've learned to do while being out here is be intuitive with outreach. I've garnered a lot of wisdom from talking to Will in the interviews I've talked to him in, and one of the things he told me was when you're doing outreach, do it intuitively. You know, do it, just go by feel, go by, you. Hi guys, you guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? YouTube live? All right, have a good night. Anyway, how you guys doing tonight? So I do indeed have a tempered algo again. Look at that, I got 10 people in here. So this is obviously, it's weird. This happened before where, it makes no sense. Like I'll go from having like whatever views to having like 5 views. And it's a little fishy to me on YouTube's end. I don't want to come off like I'm pointing fingers, but it is a little fishy. So I'm glad to have you guys in here. And I went a 3-month stretch with having this same kind of situation going on. And if it happens to you, fellow activists, just use it as a nice terrain to practice your human-to-human activism. You might not have too many in the chat, but they can't temper my exposure to human beings. Yeah, exactly, Dominion. It's so weird. So weird. Right? Daniel Broccoli? Daniel, I've seen that you've been out there, man. I saw you, and it looks like Saturdays you're out there. You're killing it, man. I love your style. You're so friendly. Looks like Vegan Stoner Lady and Rebecca. You guys are all killing it. Hi, guys. How's it going, sir? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? How about you guys? Why aren't you vegan yet? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? 3 quick questions. All right, have a good night, guys. EL says, do you have a local vegan community? Well, I mean, I guess I would say my subscribers are my vegan community. A lot of exciting things happening, though. A lot of exciting things. If you just heard me, that guy brought up, or if you just heard our dialogue, me and that other guy, he brought up science. And, my new thing will be to question them on the primary of all science. So I asked him, what's the primary? It's funding, it's money, right? He kind of just beat and shifted away from that. But that's going to be coming up with as a kind of crossroads anytime someone uses that as a defense for anything. But there's a lot of exciting things unfolding, some new interviews coming out. I'm so excited to see. I mean, the truth is it's gonna be out there, and it's already out there, but it's gonna be uncovered and known sooner than later. Sooner than later. Yeah, yep. Funded science. Frog says, how about why is your stomach bloated? And if you guys get a chance, any of my friends in here, please watch the new video I posted on material science and why it's not vegan and following it is not vegan. I know it sounds a little harsh, but as vegans, we need to be truth seekers, right? So we need to look underneath all these engines that are running that benefit from animal agriculture. And guess what? Science is one of them. So we were so reflexive. Especially us, even myself included, that followed the plant-based doctors, met a bunch of them, had them sign my books, met a bunch of them. I met Greger, Barnard, Esselstyn. I met them all. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. YouTube.
I can tell you why I'm not.
Oh, okay. Right on. You can do it. We're going to go for about, I'm going to go up to the 1 hour mark. I have to pick up my mini vegan. Vegans became vegans, being open-minded. Let's keep being that way. Exactly. Hi there, how are you? Yeah, so all you guys in the chat, all my friends, let's go. Thank you for being a guardian. So all my friends that are in here right now, you're gonna hear a lot of other people talk shit about me. Please disregard it.
I mean, I know it's hard not to when you really like the people you're following, and you won't hear me talking shit about them. You won't hear me doing that. So keep in mind that they're doing it because of it's it's just this whole thing, and it has. Hi guys, how's it going? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Test your values out. Have a good night, guys. I never met John McDougal, but a lot of people will be talking shit. You got to keep that in mind. There's always inertia. There's always resistance when something new, and it's just like when the first person told you that you don't have to eat meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. It's kind of the same basis, but with a lot of these vegans right now. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Guys, not being vegan is not being nice, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, guys. They just don't know any better. And so, but it gets to a point where it gets frustrating. Nobody is reading the book. Everybody's just kind of exacting some kind of terrible attention span. Hi, guys. Hi there. How are you? Just doing a little outreach tonight, guys. How's it going? You want to try this, sir? Why aren't you vegan yet? Test your values out a little bit. Or not. You guys want to try this? Sure. Oh my God, you're my third conversation tonight. Amazing. My name's James. This is YouTube Live. Are you cool with that? There's only like a few people watching. Oh, you can't be on it? Okay, you can be in the sound bites though, right? You don't have to be on camera.
I probably shouldn't. Have
All right.
a wonderful night.
Have a great night. Just think about going vegan, guys. We can all do this in 2025. We can grow up and we can be men. Have a great night. How you doing, sir? Okay. They couldn't talk. Oh, you saw that, Jake? Yeah. I thought that was great too. Oh man, I'll tell you, I don't think I want to do that for a little while though. It went off on me, and then I mentioned, oh by the way, he's vegan, and then ChatGPT goes, oh he's vegan, let's turn up the heat. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that to my dad too. Hi guys. Let's rein it back a little bit. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the book, you have to read the book, The Enigma of Vitamin B12 by Anthea V. Hayes, and educate yourself on the history of the vitamin. You're going to hear everybody saying this, saying that, oh, it's BS, oh my God, it's in the soil. It's not in the soil, guys. Guys, it's not in the soil. B12 is not in the soil. B12 was named by Carl Folkers and a scientist named Ricks. They collaborated and named it. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, I think those are the two guys that spearheaded the title of the said vitamin. So it's all a big hoax. It's all a big hoax meant to fearmonger people so the animal ag and animal husbandry would maintain their thriving trajectories. They were Merck henchmen. Also, read The World Peace Diet by Will Tuttle. I mean, who are we? Everybody, some people have recently said, why do you keep listening to Will Tuttle? Well, why are you listening to vegan doctors that literally are sponsored by Big Pharma? Will Tuttle he's an amazing author. He's written a few books. He's dedicated his life to the animals, not to money like plant-based doctors have. Hi, guys. How much is Greger worth? What's Dr. Greger's net worth, I wonder? This guy, yeah, they said that in the thing, Jake. His blood type's beyond meat. Yeah, he's an absolute role model. And he tells us to listen to ourselves, which we should do. We should listen to ourselves, not authorities, not plant-based doctors. Just listen to your own intuition. And keep in mind, a plant-based diet can never be patented. But all the stuff in the vitamin supplement industry, all kinds of animal ag championed foods and whatever. There's patents everywhere. A plant-based diet can never be patented. It's scary. It's scary to industry. It scares them because they've made so much money off of harvesting all these sentient beings. What's going on, dude? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, man. Have a good night. Okay, Vegan Anthem's back. How you doing? Vegan Anthem, it's not in the soil. They're not going to find it in the soil, dude. They're not going to find it in the soil. How can you not get that through your head? It's not in the soil, my friend. Cyanobacteria is in the soil, but not vitamin B12, dude. You have to educate yourself on this. You're spewing nonsense. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, guys. Have a good one. Um, in the only way it can be called B12 is if it has that cobalt and that cyanide. So it's like, and that comes from the lab, man. I don't understand what the blinders are still doing on your head. Let's go, Jake. Yeah, that crazy guy. I think he had a well intent, but well, not really. I mean, he was very blinded by like law and science and religion. But a nice human being, and we're all human beings. It's not our fault that we get duped into this mess. There's just potent agendas out there. Hi guys, you guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Just test your
Sure.
back. Oh, are you okay? It's just
Sure.
three. It's just three questions. Everyone tonight has stopped just like that, just like you. So obviously, I'm an animal rights activist, right? Why else would I be standing out
Right.
here? Do you think?
Three quick questions.
Yeah. Do you guys think animals deserve rights? I guess, or what do you think?
Um, I think they have emotions.
Yeah.
They feel pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But animals eat animals.
True. Would you
So,
think, like, do you
I
have any
think our
pets?
primal,
Yeah.
we're actually, if you
Last
believe
guy did that.
evolution, we have
Yeah.
canines for a reason, right?
Okay.
We're omnivores.
Do you think animals like cows, pigs, and chickens, or like dogs and cats, do you think they deserve at least, I guess, bare minimum, their own bodily autonomy?
You mean control over their body, or
Like their own sovereign control over their own body. I guess you're like their body, their choice type of thing.
That's a very tough thing, because I think just like,
Yeah.
the
It is a-
survival kind of thing. But I do think we have, just as to survive as a planet,
Yeah.
we're learning. Look at wolves,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Look at ecosystems without wolves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a big difference
doing
when they're
better.
reintroduced, right?
Yeah.
What do wolves do? They
Yeah.
thin out the population like deer.
Yeah.
We have a big deer problem because nothing's culling them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's
So-
kind of like a peripheral, I guess, issue. But like the whole topic I'm trying to stay on tonight is like the cows, pigs, and the chickens, right? Like, do you think we need anything nutritionally from these guys?
No, I mean we've
Right?
already.
Yeah, right? Like some people
No, I
don't. They'll
mean,
fight me on
we
it. They'll
can
be
even
like,
grow it. We
Yeah.
can grow the cells, and
we can now do that. That's
yeah,
how
we can
crazy.
make it- yeah. So
That's how crazy
I-
things have gotten.
it's just got to be financially feasible. You know?
And that's
I
really
mean that's where we're all consumers.
yeah. I mean, subsidies play a big part in that. Like the government underwrites or helps
Well, we're looking
underwrite.
at subsidies right now. We got a healthcare subsidy
Oh.
issued right now.
And then look what healthcare is doing to us. We're literally paying for our own destruction. But I know you're on your way. Your
gotta
friends
get
got
there.
you. Look at my channel if you can. It's Vegan Sign Guy. And
You know what?
yeah,
Do it. I think, the higher level evolving.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna go.
yeah, and I think
have to.
that is kind of the plant diet, the plant
You know?
diet. So I appreciate you knowing that. But just think of the animals. That's what I leave people
I
with.
just think that I love bacon.
Yeah, I know.
That's the
I've heard it.
tough one.
Yeah, it's
God,
yeah.
Let's say, we've been conditioned to like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
If you're raised in,
Yeah.
a vegetarian world, be vegetarian.
I'll tell you though, you can take tempeh, and you can do that with tempeh. You can season, sauce, texture it, make it taste like bacon. I'm telling you,
All right.
you can do it. All right, have a good night. But bacon though, right at the end, you think you hit somebody a little bit, bro. But I love bacon. Hi, Alicia. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Higher level, evolving, vertical horticulture. What's going, dude? How are you?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. You want to try this? YouTube Live?
Oh, I have good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, right on, right on. Absolutely. Well, good luck with your endeavors here.
Thank you, man.
You got it. You too. All right, what's my time? I got 16 minutes out here for our little animal brothers and sisters. Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. Isn't it? I have to admit, full disclosure, I ate a ton of it before I was vegan, and then it just becomes disgusting once your blinders get taken off. Dominion the movie is really highly subsidized. They should stop that. Also because I don't want to pay for others to buy meat. Vegan. I wish my avocados were subsidized. Oh, thanks, Alicia. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah. I'm really at a tight kind of time frame this week because there's a big storm coming into town tonight. It's going to be here tonight, tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So I was like, okay, I got to do Friday. At least put an hour in and see if we can get some conversations. And every single time we do. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, guys. Have a good night. So thanks for being here, everybody. But the thing is, Vegan Anthem, it doesn't exist in the soil. So if I go ask a company to give me some soil extrapolated vitamin B12, they're not going to do that. They're not going to, and if they do it, they're lying. They're absolutely lying. Like they're not going to go to the soil, go inside the soil and find what is identified for a granulate perfect precision tuned profile as the definitive vitamin B12. It can't happen. It's a whole unicorn. So that's what we're trying to get you to see above. So the book really helps. They basically will call anything B12. How they do it is they say, yeah, this particular matter, this treated sewage water, this happens to be or looks a lot like a very sound version of the vitamin B12. This is what they do with GMO bacteria, dairy waste, all that stuff. And it's kind of a very sleight of hand by industry, and they know what they're doing. So we're trying to get you just to critically think a little bit above, the notion you're kind of framing. I'm giving up on you, Vegan Anthem, all right? But email me if you're interested. I can't waste my breath anymore. It has nothing to do with human health, man. I mean, it's harmful to put this shit into humans' bodies. So I would argue on the other side, my friend. Keep telling people to put cobalt and cyanide into their bodies. It's a very not nice thing to do, especially when it's a fake vitamin. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. All right, what do we got? We got 13 minutes. Hi, everybody. Let's do 13 minutes, maybe one more conversation, and we'll head out for the night. I got to pick up my daughter. We're having like a little hangout tonight. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, have a good night, guys. Thank you. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to hand it to them. They did one hell of a job. Hi, guys. They got us vegans defending them. Unbelievable. Even vegans. Unbelievable. But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It'll be a non-thing. A lot of great exposures are starting to come forward, and there's a lot of talk around the subject that I think is kind of scaling more than it ever has before, and it's becoming getting more into the mainstream. I know I tell everybody that I work with. Some people I work with are vegan. They've never taken B12 at all. It's unbelievable. The lies are unbelievable. And if you're eating food that's fortified, like nutritional yeast, you're eating synthetic B12. It's not from the soil. Hi, guys. You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? YouTube Live. You'll be a star. All right. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, truth is coming out. Yep, truth is coming out. L says, have you ever met anybody with a B12 deficiency? No, I haven't, because B12 doesn't exist. If you've met somebody with a B12 deficiency, you've met somebody that has been told they have a B12 deficiency. And maybe they were tested against pools of blood that all contain synthetic B12, and the test came up short because they're not eating enough synthetic B12. So I have never met anybody with B12 deficiency. If they're telling you that, either one, they're lying to you, or two, they're just naive. Or three, they are well-intended and, good people that just haven't realized the truth yet. I should amplify on that. Hi, guys. What's going on, everybody? Who wants to try? Anybody? Just doing a little let's go then. Thank you for being a guardian. That's all I can say is thank you. Have a great night. Thanks. She's vegan. They're vegan. She said, "What if you already are vegan?" Yeah, the symptoms, you've been lied to as well, El. Unfortunately, there's I think well over 100 symptoms now of vitamin B12 deficiency. They keep growing. I think I heard recently guilt's a new one. Guilt's a new symptom. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Put you on the spot. Have a good night, guys. Vegan plant. I also did quit taking B12 supplements. I actually never took it before 2016. Thank you, Erwin, for the soundness. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Just test your values a little bit. It's a little social experiment. All it is 3 questions. I'm an animal rights activist, right? That's why I'm out here. You don't have to be on camera, but I do. Yeah, I ask people if they think animals deserve rights. Most people say, like, what do you think about body autonomy? Like, your body, your choice. Is that something you would defend? It's a tough question, hence the pause. Yeah. You defend that, right? Like, if you had a dog, or I don't know if you have pets, so what we get to is we kind of piggyback some extra questions and we ask, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We kind of piggyback questions to people. We ask them if they think they need anything nutritionally from an animal.
I don't, honestly, no.
Right? You know, so you already know.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So
They're delicious, but I don't think we need them.
right, but your heart, if you are against animal abuse, then you're a protector, you're a guardian, right? And you're a vegan. They're synonymous, right? And if we're going around paying for this shit, we're being bullies. We're being common bullies. And there's no reason to do it in 2025 anymore. So we're out here just illuminating people, good people that will change to the error of their kind of value action spread. Makes sense, right? And I know it's a loaded soundbite to hear.
It's
very novel.
Question.
Yeah.
I wasn't geared for this.
I know, I got you. I know.
Here,
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, but it's this little thought experiment is just to make people think a little bit. That's it.
I have thought about it.
Yeah.
Do I? No, I would say that. I mean, I think everything that we get from animals as we're eating, we could probably source from something else.
Totally, right?
And
Like,
not needed to eat animal.
yeah, you're right. Like I've been vegan 13 years, and I've had my share of junk food, vegan food. But what it comes down to, you can actually take a mushroom or any other vegetable, seasoned sauce. They all left you. Seasoned sauce and texture.
I don't even know where I'm going.
I don't want to hold you up. If you got somewhere to go, but you can take a lot of vegetables out there and you can season sauce, texture them to taste just like your bacon, your meat, your cheese, your milk, your eggs.
I don't think for me it's not about taste. It's just
Yeah.
about getting what I need
Yeah.
to be balanced.
Okay.
And I don't eat a lot of meat,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yeah.
I do eat it.
It's kind of like it's a much more deeper kind of thing that I'm doing here as well, because it has to do with like a very tangible ethos that exists, right? And like kind of the examples we set when we're not vegan, it's kind of there's looming implications, because we're literally teaching whoever's in our life, that violence is okay, because we're not doing it maybe on a conscious level, more so on a very deep unconscious level, because we've been tricked by certain narratives that teach us it's normal, it's necessary, it's nice. I mean, my parents still aren't vegan.
I think everybody went that way.
They went that way?
Yeah, I don't know where we're supposed to go.
Where are you coming with us?
Huh?
Where are you coming?
You're good. You're good. Yeah, I'll let you go.
Listen,
But thank you for the
I do
support.
appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're right, and
I appreciate
I
you for
respect
listening.
everything you
Have a
do.
fun night tonight.
Sorry, I couldn't sit around.
No, all good. You're a popular guy. Take care. Take care. All right. We got 6 more minutes, guys. Thanks for fielding out the different. Oh, Evil Steven's here. I don't pay attention to B12. It's in my soy milk and nooch, so whether I need it or not, I get plenty. Right on, Steven. And even the B12 that's in the soy milk and the nooch, it's synthetic. Just so you know, it is synthetic. Like, it's not coming from the soil or anything like that. It is the actual granularized, processed out pill that they just fortify, or pill that they fortify out the fortified food with. It's good to see you, Steven. Ray's Lover says, real vegans live stream for 6 hours minimum. I wish I had the time, buddy. I wish I had the time. Trust me, I would. I would. Thanks, Dusk. I appreciate you. Everybody like and subscribe who's new here. If I had the time, okay. All right. Vegan anthem with some sobering sentiment here. This isn't. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to stop wasting my breath on you, dude. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support. What were you saying? Yeah, if I could do vegan activism for 6 hours straight, like some of the other activists, trust me, I would. But I've incurred and I've chosen to have a lot of things going on in my life, and I just can't do it right now. Hi, how's it going? Just doing a little social experiment out here tonight. How are you? Why aren't you vegan? It's a 3 quick question thought experiment. Oh yeah, I've been here. I've been out in town for a while.
I'll get on your show.
You want to be on the show? Okay. This lovely lady here. Well, I'm James. What was your name?
My name is Laura.
Laura. Okay, very cool. So welcome to the show. So I basically just asked 3 questions. The first one is, do you know what veganism is? Like, have you heard of it?
Yes, you don't eat any kind of animal products.
Yeah.
No milk, no
Yeah.
eggs, no
You got it.
anything that goes with the animal. Correct?
You nailed it. You're one of the few that actually gives me the
There's
that
a
is the
difference between a vegetarian and a vegan.
100%, right?
Yes.
And we like to dig a little deeper. Like you just nailed it with the dietary aspect, the meat, cheese, milk, eggs, seafood, or honey. But then we get deeper and we kind of just frame out that veganism is an ethos. It's more of an ethos.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So what
Let me get in the shot,
makes
too.
you a vegan
Yeah.
opposed to a vegetarian?
Yeah.
Like I understand like what the dietary restrictions are
Yeah.
between those two, but
Yeah.
like what makes you a vegan
Yeah.
where you don't eat any animal product
Great question.
opposed to a
To just being a vegetarian
Yes.
and living as a peaceful vegetarian. Okay.
Is
So
it okay that I'm smoking my
yes,
cigarette?
it is. It is. All elements are welcome. So a vegetarian will still eat dairy, right? And I could kind of frame out dairy for you. It's a very I'll just distill it, and it's a very cruel practice that almost eclipses the beef industry
Okay.
because all dairy cows eventually go to the meat industry.
So, let
So
me
they're
ask you a
killed.
question.
Yeah.
Would you rather opposed to the two,
Yeah.
okay, opposed to cows
Yeah.
getting milked, because I understand the process behind that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A cow needs to be pregnant, whatever.
Yeah, you get that. And a lot of people don't
Yes.
get that. Yeah.
So opposed to that, and actually, I hate to say this, I know that you're online.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah.
Opposed to killing a cow
Yeah.
for their meat.
Yeah.
What about that makes you want to become a vegan?
Yeah, well, it comes down to kind of a consideration for our animal brothers and sisters, right? And it stems from one fact that's looming right now, and it's we don't need anything nutritionally from an animal. So if that fact is there and it's just sitting there, then we have to look at ourselves and say, why the hell are we doing this to them? Because they got eyes like us. They have a sentient factor, which basically they have a brain and a nervous system, so they can feel, they can love, they're subject to the world around them. So all we're doing is extending a little bit of compassion to the next kind of horizon, to the next tier, I would even say, if you do consider humans. If you do consider humans over the animals. Some people don't. Some people consider animals more their friends than humans. But animals are so similar in all the ways that matter. So it's kind of an organic thing when you listen to your compassionate kind of characteristics. And it's an organic thing when you listen to your intuition. These guys have to look up at the end of their lives at the slaughterman who's going to rain down all fiery, merciless hell and just kill them for nothing. Because nutritionally, like I said, nobody needs any of this. So this is, yeah.
Okay, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a healthy debate with you. That's all.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
you are. I mean, I wouldn't even call this a debate. This is a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, the number one thing that people get out of cows,
Yeah.
which is like steak, whatever, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Is protein.
Protein, sure. Yeah.
Right. So that is one thing that humans need to survive
Yeah.
is protein.
Oh, totally. But where do the animals get that? Like, where do the cows get that protein from?
Well, they eat the grass, they eat the
Crops like
grains,
soy, wheat, corn, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I would contest that. Like, I mean, they do have
Now,
like
I
a
do have to say,
yeah.
now, whatever I
No, you're good. You're good.
Whatever,
And,
I
yeah,
don't know what they're
everyone's
saying
friends
right
here.
now.
No, they're all
But,
complimenting
somebody
us.
could definitely argue that
Yeah.
people have the same thing as cows, meat, whatever.
Yeah.
Protein.
Yeah,
you
well,
could
you
kill
could
a
kill
person.
humans. Oh, for sure. Honestly, it'd probably be if you killed a human, you'd probably get the best bioavailable protein you could possibly get. So, human beings would probably have the best protein because people talk bioavailable all the time. They say, well, meat and pork, it's more bioavailable. Yeah, because it's closer to our anatomy and our build out, for God's sakes. So you make a great point there. Thanks for hammering that one home.
I'm not trying to be any kind of way for real, but I understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
and I understand what kind of arguments you might try to make towards me.
Yeah. Oh, and
know?
we're not here to argue. This is the thing.
Well,
It comes
that's-
off like that.
Yes,
Um,
I'm not trying to argue. Okay.
yeah.
I should.
It's a
probably
conversation, right? Like,
change how I'm trying to talk because I know you're not trying to argue, and I'm not trying to argue.
you're being
either.
very friendly. That's all I get. You're
Yes.
being very friendly, unless I'm so desensitized to where I don't even know anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I am not trying to be any kind of way. I promise.
No, you're amazing. No, and thank you for coming up with the curiosity. So, like, that we don't need anything nutritionally really from an animal, right? Do you know that? Or
I don't. So you guys.
and a lot of people don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. You don't have to look to science. You don't have to look to funded studies. You can listen to your heart, and you can see all around us. If you research it enough, there's tons of raw vegans out there, vegans that haven't taken supplements in 50 years. They're out there. I don't take vitamins or supplements. I can tell you B12 is a scam. So if you ever hear
Can I
B12, it's a
ask
scam.
you-
Yeah.
Can I ask you what is kind of your diet?
Yeah, oh my God,
That
yeah.
provides
100%.
all of the
Yeah.
nutrition needs that
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah, I don't even think about it, and I just eat, and I just go buy food. So all I do for breakfast, I could have oatmeal. For lunch, I could eat Chinese, American, Thai, you name it. Anything is game. Nothing's off limits. I can make the vegan version of anything. For dinner, who knows? I might have some spaghetti. Who knows? I might have pizza or some kind of vegan burger. I don't even have to try, and you really don't either. There might be like a few weeks where you want to make sure you're feeling good. And if you've been eating in the other way, then your body's used to that. Like 99% of everybody you see here is used to that. But if you recalibrate, it only takes a few weeks, and then you don't have to try. Like, see, industry and commerce and narratives have all made us think that we have to try so hard. We gotta be like the architect. We gotta be like the some kind of maestro, and I got to build this perfect diet using this from this plant, this from this plant. I get my vitamin, my mineral, this from this plant. You don't have to do that. It's all lies. They fearmonger. They want you to think that it's tough, and it's not.
So, okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you take multivitamins?
Not one.
Not
one. I don't take multivitamins. I am an ethical vegan.
Cows.
Oh, there you go. We like that. And I consider, vivisection narratives and things along those lines. I don't know if you're familiar with vivisection, but they basically
I'm not.
test on
You gotta
animals.
educate me, 'cause I have no idea.
Well,
what
I
that
really
is.
appreciate you coming up like this. Vivisection is when science initiatives test on animals, and they basically take their whole lives just to come up with, say, a vitamin, a medicine, a mineral, or whatever, some kind of vehicle they're going to use to monetize. But I don't take vitamins because I don't need vitamins. You don't need anything from a vitamin or a supplement. You can be a whole food plant-based vegan, and it sounds so weird right now because it's not commonplace. What's commonplace is the carnivores and the omnivores, meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. We have like this weird alien-like word, raw vegan. But in 30 years, instead of calling it raw vegan food, I see beautiful things happening where we just call it food.
Well, you know what? I do have to say, I
Yeah.
know that I'm kind of like on the opposite spectrum
Yeah.
of you,
Yeah.
but I do have to say that there are a lot of vegan recipes
Yeah.
or whatever that really contribute all of the nutrients that you need
Sure, you can find them all.
without, you know, I know a lot of people are like opposed tofu
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of recipes out there that really don't even contribute tofu
Yeah.
or any of those like meat substitutes.
Yeah. You don't have to eat those,
that
by the way.
are really good meals for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
You can find one that you like.
Beans are really good.
You know what my daughter's favorite meal is? She goes, and she's been vegan since birth, by the way, and she's 7. She goes, whenever she wants a meal, her favorite meal to ask for is a can of beans. What's up? And then you actually get cyano. I can give her,
No,
you know.
I'm telling you what, I know most of the people on your live stream.
They're
are
probably saying
vegan,
no,
but
actually they're,
yes,
it's like half and half. It's like
yes,
half and half.
I have to say, beans are a really good meal.
Thank
I
you so much.
love
Can you say that to the
beans.
camera?
Yes, beans are such a good meal. Yes,
Thank
they are.
you so much. Guys, just eat beans. I got to get ready to go, actually. So I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to wrap up with you guys, too. I got to pick my daughter up. I'm on a
Okay,
time
yes.
horizon. What was your first name?
My name's Laura.
Laura, and you said that in the beginning. Pardon me. So
Yes,
I'm
no,
James.
that's okay.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you. If you get a chance, go to my YouTube channel, look up Vegan Sign Guy, and you'll see this dialogue. You'll see a bunch of other dialogues. I have resources there, and it will give you a chance to see more kind of more material, more content along
Yeah,
these lines.
I think this is fantastic
Yeah,
what you're doing.
thanks for having the guts
you
to come
know?
up. Yeah, I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I know that I am a meat eater, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
What you're doing is trying to educate people on, you know, I think a lot of times people eat things
Mhm.
without knowing the nutritional value of it
Mhm.
or the harm that I could do to them. I know
They don't.
that
yeah.
I try, even though I do eat meat, I do
Yeah.
eat meat right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very big about, you know, grass-fed
Mhm.
animals. You know, when I do get meat, I try to get meat from a butcher, from someone who
So there's a bit of you. There's like
knows.
whispers of something deeper. Is what I'm getting from you right now. Like whispers of something deeper. Like you know, deep down in your heart, something's off. like
Yeah, I
something's
know
off.
That
And-
like the main production of meat
yeah.
is not okay.
Yeah.
And I understand
But
that.
even on the grass-fed, the beautiful farms with the bunny rabbits and bedspreads, there's 2 beautiful eyes that have to still look up at that same farmer. Even if they're on the grass-fed farms, they go to the same
Can I
slaughterhouse.
say one thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that on that aspect,
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes to like what you're saying, a deeper level
Yeah.
of what you think is acceptable
Mhm.
for human consumption.
Okay.
Like,
So a choice. You're kind of painting out like a choice factor, like that
Like
you
to
should
me-
be able to eat meat, and you should decide if you don't want to eat
Right,
meat or something like
to
that.
me,
Okay.
This is how I kind of feel about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get organic meat. I get my meat from a butcher. Whatever, you
Yeah.
know. I like the tallow in my food.
If you can
whatever.
remember this, and I really got to get going. I'm sorry. If you can remember this, go to my channel, Vegan Sign Guy. I just made a short movie on the choice factor, and it really is. Choice is a very important thing, and freedom is a very important
Yes,
thing.
it is.
And what we try to communicate is that there's a few choices, but there's actually a third. Most of the time, we just see the 2 choices. You have a choice to eat meat, you have a choice not to eat meat. But there's a third choice, and nobody sees it, and it's the animal outlook. And the animal outlook, we take that choice without even thinking about it.
Well, I guess the point that I'm trying to make
Yeah.
is whether you believe the animals.
Or I see what you're saying.
hate to
Oh, no,
say
no,
this.
I can
so
actually.
hate to say this.
Yeah, if
But
they're worth.
whether the animals are worth living for, or
Mhm.
whether they're here.
That in this
us.
is the whole crux of our
Yeah.
experiment, is to challenge people to see them as more than objects, because these guys upstairs have taught us that they're not sovereign individuals with eyes to see and a nose to smell. They are numbers. That's what we've been
Can I ask
taught.
you another question? I know
Yeah.
you have to go really
Yeah.
quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say the guys up there, what are you talking about when you say the
Talking
guy
about
up
the
there?
people that control things, the people that have all the control, the people that have the money, the power, and kind of the actual control to puppeteer certain
So you're
narratives.
talking about the people people, the millionaires.
Bigger than that, yeah. We'll call them
The billionaires.
plutocrats. These are guys that are way above anybody else. I just gave the other guy who walked by kind of an example of how wealthy they are. 1% of the 1%. This is the group we're talking about. It's about 8,000 people.
I know exactly what you're saying.
And they own more than everybody else combined. Wait for it, times 2. So this is a huge, robust bellwether of reference when it comes to tea leaves, of which we are to follow when looking for truths. But I want to let you go. I want to let you have a great night.
Okay,
My
I'm
name is
so
James.
sorry.
Laura,
I'm
it's been a
not
pleasure.
trying
No,
to-
and your curiosity is beckoned. So check out my channel. I'm going to say goodbye to these guys. My daughter's going to kill me because she wanted me there a little earlier. But I'm so happy to be able to have been able to talk to you. So,
Yes, 100%.
yeah.
I'm so glad that you were here. I was able
Yeah.
to talk to you.
And this wasn't a debate. This was a beautiful conversation.
Yes,
Come
you
on,
had to
you
give
know.
me a little bit more insight
Yeah.
on what's going
Do you
on.
think after this conversation you'd be more prone to think about veganism?
Yes.
To a degree, at least.
100%.
And who knows what'll happen the
Now,
next time you run into? I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna say that after this conversation I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
eating meat,
Yeah.
but it's gonna make me a little bit more aware
Yeah.
of where I get my meat from and how I do things, how I cook my meals, and all
Yeah.
that.
Moving forward, just think about the animals, I suppose. I guess that's what I'll leave you with. So have a great night. Enjoy the beautiful city of
Yes,
Annapolis.
thank you so much,
Yeah,
James.
yeah. Thank you, Laura. And we
I
look forward to seeing you
appreciate
next
it.
time.
I'm not trying to-
No, you're
I
good. I
know.
appreciate you. Yeah, it's been
Yes.
fun. You were my last interview, so I'm actually going to tilt now and try to wrap up with them.
right.
So whatever you got going on tonight, I hope you have a great time.
All right.
That's great.
You have a fantastic
You
night.
too.
Thank you.
All right, well, take care.
All right. And what was your YouTube name?
Vegan Sign Guy. So just think vegan, sign, and then guy.
So sign like SIGN.
GN. Yep. And it's going to bring you to my channel. It has a different name, but you'll see me holding a sign up there. You'll see it. So
right, thank you so
have a
much.
great
Have a
night.
good night.
Take care. All right, guys, I got to go. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for hyping my stream. I know, Dominion, I forgot to address that. I looked all over my backpack. I don't have my cards. So don't worry, I will not let this happen again. I must have left them at home, but I knew that I didn't have them before coming in here. Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. I've been telling people tonight, you know, the channel name, but next time we'll have full-blown resource to hand out. Thanks for being here, guys. I really got to go. Got to pick up my mini-me. She's going to want probably 2 cans of beans tonight and whatever else I can make her for her vegan meal. The book, The World Peace Diet, the book, The Enigma of B12, Nature's Only Mistake. Pick them both up, and let's be vegans for the animals, guys. Let's really do it instead of not. All right. Love you all. Have a great night.